When such is the scenario, so how do we ensure the mic works, or should we change the seat, change the mic? Very simple. In the beginning, they're going to give you some buffer time to test the mic. Click on the record, you speak, and whatever you speak, listen back. If there is this kind of sound, you're going to raise your hand and ask the invigilator and tell them in your firm voice. Don't doubt yourself and say something like, I think there is a problem. No, there is a problem. I want you to shift me to the next seat. She will do it, or he will do it. If you give the benefit of doubt saying, I think there seems to be a problem, can you check if it is fine or not? Then 100% that person will say it is perfectly fine. Because shifting to your new seat, recording the number and lot many things is a headache for them. Welcome to the ultimate guide to last minute tips for your PTE exam. Well, in this video, we will understand the last minute cheat codes for all the modules, the time management strategies, very important ones, mistakes to avoid, things to carry to the examination hall, how to beat that nervousness, how to write templates secretly, how to ensure the mic works the best, memorization technique for template learning, templates for the 4 modules, and then we will end it up with the bonus tips. Before we get into the video, if you're not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button. Anytime you need online assistance, it's a paid assistance. You can check the information in the description of this video. We left a WhatsApp link. You can click on the link, send us a message. We will do the needful. Alright, without further delay, let's try to get right into the video. As I already told you, the 10 things that we'll be learning today. So starting with the cheat codes for all the modules, here we go. Let's start with the read aloud module. The number 1 cheat code for the read aloud is don't fumble. Your fumble marks will go down, remember this. Next is to be very, very fluent. Fluency is all about having that rhythmic speech, that continuous rhythmic speech. Don't give intonation, meaning going up and down, have a flat tone. And usually it will not take more than 20 seconds. Precisely for me, it will take 14, 15 or 16, 17 seconds usually, depending on the length of the audio, to finish one read aloud. If you're exceeding 22 or 24 seconds, know that you're speaking very slow or you're associated with a lot of fumbling. Remember to click next button immediately once done. Don't wait for the mic to turn off on its own. When you wait for the mic to turn off on its own, 3 seconds, you need to be very silent. During those 3 seconds, what if people around you are screaming? All their voices will be recorded. Make sure to click the next button immediately once done. Avoid using one line strategy. We have seen so many people getting low scores towards the reading because of one line. It's very, very risky, or use it at your own risk. Don't worry too much about the pronunciation. Pronunciation is all about having that crisp clarity. Whatever you speak, open the mouth more and speak. Don't have to worry about the British accent or the American accent. Try to be at your own accent, but speak more clearly, open the mouth more and speak. This ensures a better score towards your pronunciation. And if you feel nervous, make sure to apply the smile therapy. Smile at regular intervals. It will just calm your nerves down and make you more composed. As a result, your nervousness will just vanish. Last one, if someone is literally screaming at the top of their voice, even the technology cannot do anything. Of course, noise cancellation technique is there, but it can only go to an extent. If someone is literally yelling or screaming, you got to raise your hand, ask the invigilator to shut that person up. Otherwise, probably you will be in some danger. Remember this. Let's talk about repeat sentence. The cheat code for repeat sentence is similar to read aloud, meaning don't fumble. One fumble costs you 2 marks. If you're fumbling and speaking all the content perfectly, you will not get any scores. It's fluency that wins the race over the content. You cannot fumble, be very, very fluent. Here, fluency means speak the same way as you listen to the audio. Whatever the way the speaker speaks, the speed of the speaker, the pauses of the speaker, you just copy the same. You will have wonderful score from repeat sentence towards your speaking and listening. The next cheat code is don't worry too much about the content. Psychologically, what we think, if I give all the content, entire words exactly matching in the repeat sentence, I think I'll get more marks. No, you don't get more marks. Your fluency actually wins the race over the content. Listen to 60% of the content and speak 60% of the content, meaning listen to your capacity. If your capacity is only 7 or 8 words and you're listening to 13-word audio, most probably you're going to mess it up. If your capacity is 8 words, listen to 8 words. Post 8 words. Don't even listen, meaning don't even put those data in your mind. Once you listen to the entire data, now you start to speak half of it. That's where the problem starts. Remember, in the repeat sentence, if you match 50 to 60% of the content by being very fluent, you're going to get the complete 3 marks towards your speaking and complete 3 marks towards your listening. You don't have to give the entire content. So listen to your capacity so that you reduce the fumbling and ensure 3 marks towards your speaking and 3 marks towards your listening. The next cheat code for repeat sentences: don't close your eyes when you listen and when you speak. Remember, the mic will not turn on immediately once the audio ends. Let's say the audio is, please come to the next seminar properly prepared. after this beginning in one, then the recording will begin. Beep sound will not be there in repeat sentence. So if you close your eyes, what you do, you tend to speak immediately, or you would not even know when the mic is on. Most of the times people end up speaking before the mic is on. As a result, whatever they've spoken, nothing is recorded. Open the eyes and practice this module so that in the exam you do the same. The last cheat code for your repeat sentences: avoid adding fillers. I've seen people adding some fillers to increase their fluency. Something like, I'm at a lovely place, I'm at a lovely place, I'm at a lovely place. I love you to the moon and come back, I love you to the moon and come back. All these are not going to give you scores. We have tried and tested this. Probably your speaking may go up, but your listening will come down. Avoid using such things for your repeat sentence. The next is with respect to describe image. The number one cheat code for describe image is not to fumble. The same whatever we followed for read aloud here as well. Exact ditto matches. Be fluent, go at a rhythmic speed, no intonation, have a flat tone, and don't worry too much about the content. Here, content is not a priority because it's an image. Image can have 1,000 different answers. There is no perfect answer. Any template is fine, but like I've written here, avoid using too much keywords from the template. Having more keywords ensures you fumble a lot. As a result, marks will go down. Here, content is not a priority. Some 3-4 keywords you add, but be very fluent. You're going to get good marks from describe image towards your speaking. Towards the end, I'm going to show all the templates as well. 20 to 22 seconds or 25 seconds is more than enough to speak in describe image. Don't have to speak till 40 seconds. Remember this. Now, Retell lecture, we will talk. The cheat code number one for Retell lecture is not to fumble. Be very fluent. Whatever we did for read aloud, same thing goes here as well. Add phrases instead of keywords. Remember, if you're thinking to add keywords, because it's very easy, you're going to lose your marks towards your listening and speaking. Both, or maybe only listening. Avoid using keywords. Use phrases. Any template is fine, but use such templates which have little lengthy sentences so that you get that flow easily and ends up getting 5 out of 5 towards your fluency. And when you speak, 25 to 30 seconds, more than enough. Don't have to speak till 40 seconds. Remember, the more you speak, the more mistakes you make. Don't worry too much about grammar while speaking. I've seen people trying to correct the grammar because when they have written the notes, they made some grammatical mistakes. So when they try to speak, they're gonna fix those grammar. When you try to fix the grammar, there will be a break in your flow, break in your speech. As a result, your fluency comes down. Whatever you have written, just speak. Even if it is not making logically any sense, even if it is not making any sense grammatically, absolutely fine. Just ensure to speak like read aloud. Whether it is giving a correct meaning or not, it is not going to make any difference towards your scores. Now, the last cheat code for your Retell lecture is very, very important. If you have written less number of phrases, ideally there should be 5 phrases because there are 5 lines in the template. But if you have written only 2 phrases, now what you do, repeat the phrases with the other lines of the template. Don't keep quiet. This way you can actually increase your fluency score, if not the content. The next is answer short question. Don't have to worry about this module. It's a dummy module. If you know the answer, speak the answer. If you don't know the answer, just repeat the question. All these are not going to give you marks. Remember this. The next is summarize written text. I've told this strategy multiple times. Just take 2 full sentences. Don't copy half sentence. 2 full sentences. After a full stop, copy paste until you find 1 full stop. One more time, after a full stop, copy paste until you find 1 more full stop. Don't copy those sentences which are ending with a question mark. Now you have 2 sentences, in between them, comma, and in the end put a full stop. That's all summarize written text is. What would be the ideal word count? 40-45 words. Less than 50 is more than enough. Don't have to write till 74 words because Pearson have told, between 5 to 75 words you can write. It's very difficult to write one sentence in 74-75 words. 40-45 words or 50 words should be more than enough. If I finish summarized written text in 5 or 6 minutes, can I use the remaining time to the next module, that is essay writing? Absolutely no, but the remaining time of 5 minutes you can do something special. Towards the end, I'm gonna reveal that secret. Make sure to watch till the end. The next is essay writing. Use any template. Template is not going to give you scores. But avoid using such templates wherein you put one word as a topic or keyword, comma, keyword, comma, keyword. This I've been telling since probably 5-6 years. Now people have started to listen. Use any template or my template which allows you to write 4 or 5 sentences on your own with a mixture of simple, compound and complex sentences. Next, you got to proofread for spelling and the grammar, because what matters primarily is your spelling and the grammar. Let's say you finish your essay writing in 15 minutes. The remaining 5 minutes, reread it, because you would have made a lot of spelling mistake when you have typed. What would be the ideal word count? Anything about 200 is absolutely fine. 201 is also fine. 210 is also fine. Ideal word count would be around 220, 230, more than enough. Don't think if I write more, I get more marks. You write more. more mistakes you make. Remember this. If I finish my essay writing in 15 minutes, can I use the remaining time to my reading module? Absolutely no. So make sure you use the entire 20 minutes towards your essay writing, and don't, click the next button or submit button at 17th minute or 18th minute. And even if you don't click the submit button, it will be automatically saved. You don't have to worry. Next is reading module. The first section is reading, writing, fill in the blanks. Very, very important. But what if I told you, you cannot take more than 2.5 minutes or max 3 minutes per question. If you're taking more time, that's where you get into the trap. The last section or last but one section, meaning the fourth section, reading, fill in the blanks, you will not have any time left to solve it. The questions will be based on grammar, collocation and context. Some questions which are based on grammar and collocation, you got to do it in less than 1 minute. And those questions which are based on context, read, find the clues, take that headache, take that pain, probably can take 4 or 5 minutes. So on an average, it's still 2.5 to 3 minutes or not more than that. The next is choose multiple answer. This is a dummy module. Don't take time to solve it. The moment you see the question, click one answer and quickly move on to the next question. Don't have to worry about negative marking and all. Nothing is there. Trust me on this. Click one and move on to the next question. This way you can get more time to solve your reading, fill in the blanks. Next comes reordering the paragraph. Not a priority, not a priority, not a priority. You cannot take more than 1.5 minutes per question. If you're taking more time here, which is not a priority, the modules which are priority, that comes next, which is reading, fill in the blanks, you will not have any time left. Max 1.5 minutes. You try to put your heart and soul into it and try doing it. If you're still not getting it, randomly jumble up one answer and move on. If you're getting it, well and good. If you're not getting it, well and good. Quickly move on to the next question after 1.5 minutes. Post 1.5 minutes. If you're still thinking what is the correct answer, let me interchange and take 2-3 minutes extra. The next section, reading, fill in the blanks. You will not have any time left to do it. Remember this. The next is reading, fill in the blanks. This goes with the same technique that we told for reading, writing, fill in the blanks. 2.5 minutes per question. There are some questions which are based on clues, context. Take time and do it. Maybe more than 3.5 minutes to 4 minutes. But there are some questions which are purely based on collocation and grammar. Take some 30-40 seconds or 1 minute to finish it. So this way on an average you can still maintain the 2.5 to 3 minutes. And if you are not maintaining it, some question you are taking 10 minutes, 5-6 questions will be there. You would be able to do it only 2-3. The remaining 3 questions, 15-20 marks, gone case to reading. Remember this. Make sure to check my 6-hour reading, fill in the blanks full course, where I've talked about grammar, collocation, strategies, each and everything. Trust me, it's 6 hours. So whenever you have time, look into the video. The video is somewhere here. Click on that. After this comes choose single answer. If you still have time left, you solve it. If you're not having time, click one and move on. This is a dummy module. No need to even practice this module. The next is summarize spoken text. Not a priority, hardly 5-6 marks towards your listening and writing. Use the template which demands you to write 4 to 5 sentences, meaning small phrases on your own. Avoid using the keyword kind of template. Here you got to write phrases just the way I explained for Retell lecture. If possible, use a mixture of simple, compound, complex sentences and write minimum of 60 or 65 words and less than 70 words if you're attending PTE Academic. If you're attending PTE core, write 27-28 words, less than 30 words. Don't write 50 words, 51 words. The very less for the software to give you marks for the content. 65 and above is the best one if you ask me. Even 60-62 is also a good score. Make sure to proofread for spellings, because spelling and grammar are the ones that makes a huge difference towards your listening and writing score. If you have made 3-4 spelling mistakes here, most probably this is gonna give you 0 towards your listening and writing. Even if you've written a fantastic content, remember this. Also make sure to use the complete 10 minutes, because you cannot carry forward this 10-minute time, or even if you finish it in less than 4 minutes or 5 minutes or 8 minutes. So use the complete time. Even if you don't click the submit button before the timer runs off, absolutely fine. Post 10 minutes, automatically whatever you've written will be saved. The next module that comes is choose multiple answer. Not a priority, absolutely dummy module. The moment you see the question, the next button will not be activated. So you got to wait till the next button gets activated. Now the next question is when the next button will be activated. The plain audio, right? Once the audio ends, then only next button will be activated. The audio will last for 1 minute, 40 seconds, 1.5 minutes. It depends. So try solving it while the audio plays. Once the audio ends, now don't try to think what is the correct answer. Whatever that comes to your mind, you pick it up. If you know the correct answer, you select. If you don't know any answer at the moment, randomly click one and move on. Don't take even 1 second extra once the audio ends or once that next button is activated. If you don't do this, failing to do so, last module right from dictation, you will have 1 minute left. 4 questions. How will you solve it? Right from dictation contributes 45 to 50 marks. This will not give you any scores, so be wise. Don't spend any time on this. Don't even practice for this module. Remember this. The next is listening, fill in the blanks. Priority, very important module, contributes some 12 to 15 marks towards your listening and 12 to 15 marks towards your writing. You can use the grammar knowledge here to discern, to differentiate the ending ed and s sounds. What if the audio is he dashed the project and dash is he developed the project? Is it develop or develops or developed? So you can check the context. If it's in the past tense, it's developed. If it's in the present tense, it's develops, because subject verb agreement, he is singular. Like this, so many grammar knowledge will help you. Like I told you, finish my 6-hour grammar full course video with respect to reading, fill in the blanks, everything will fall on its own. Next cheat code is make sure to write the correct spelling here. Let's say you got the correct word, but you wrote the wrong spelling. Listening also 0, writing also 0 from that particular word. Remember this. If your typing speed is very fast, directly you can type as and when you listen to the audio, but if your typing speed is not that great, then you can make use of the booklet and the pen that is given to you, and once the audio ends, quickly transfer within 10-15 seconds. You cannot take 1 minute to transfer your answer from the book to the laptop or the computer. Remember this. The next that comes is highlight, correct summary. Whatever we discussed for choose multiple answers. Do the same thing here. Wait for the audio to end. Wait for the next button to get activated. Once activated, click one answer and next button. Immediately move to next question. Don't have to worry about it. It's a dummy module. The next is choose single answer. Same cheat code what we told for multiple choice or the previous module. Click one and move on. Don't have to practice for this module. The next is select missing word. Towards the end there would be a beep sound. You got to predict what was the word which was hidden within that beep sound. What if I told you just have to click the next button and don't do anything? All this is not going to give you scores. Randomly click one. See, if you know the answer, well and good. If you're not sure about the answer, don't take extra time. Select one and move on to the next question. We have tried and tested this. Skipped all this module, still 90 overall every time. You don't have to worry about this. The next is highlight incorrect words. Priority contributes some 12-15 marks towards your listening and 12 to 15 marks towards your reading. The most important thing is people would end up reading what they listen. You're listening and reading at the same time. Don't read what you listen. Listen separately, read separately. This would be a best suggestion from my side. So this way you can become conscious, because you're listening separately, reading separately. You can easily find out the incorrect word. Also, there is a negative marking here. Negative marking is only when you select a word which is not an incorrect word. But if you don't select the correct answer, meaning an incorrect word, you don't have negative marking. Negative marking is only when you select something which is not an incorrect word, meaning in doubt, don't select anything. Hope you are getting it. Otherwise, this module is gonna be an easy one. Just try to be very confident and do it. If at all you have a doubt, don't select. That is the cheat code for this module. Next is write from dictation. Very, very important. When you come here, you need to have minimum of 4 minutes left. Sometimes it's 3 questions or 4 questions. If 3 question comes, 35 to 40 marks towards your listening and 35 to 40 marks towards your writing. If 4 question comes, 40 to 50 marks towards your listening and 40 to 50 marks towards your writing, you need to have some time left. After this, I'll be talking about the time management strategy. Like I told you, make sure to watch the video till the end, because this is that ultimate video. Gives you entire understanding about the last minute tips. The strategy for write from dictation is listen to the audio, understand, divide them into phrases, write quickly in short notes. Once you write in short notes, meaning two letters of each word, now you expand it. After you expand it, add extra words, third step. When you add extra words, make sure to inculcate singular noun, plural noun. Verb 1, meaning verb in the present tense, verb in the past tense, verb with S. Develop, developed, develops. And towards the end, add extra spellings. Whichever the spellings you have a doubt on, add extra spelling. And in the end, you can add the articles, prepositions the way you want it if you still have time. For example, something like this a and the, of, in, on, to, as, was, is, are. If you have time, you add it. But adding like this will not give negative marking. Remember this. Whatever you add should match. If it is not matching, you don't get scores. If it is not matching, you don't get negative also. So you can add it and try your luck. So far we studied the cheat codes for all the modules. Now, as discussed before, we're gonna pick up the time management strategies. So let's talk about the time management strategy for your speaking section. Only one important technique to manage your time efficiently in your speaking module is to click the next button once you finish speaking immediately. If you don't do it, then probably you will be unnecessarily consuming a lot of time. Because of that, you will not be able to finish the speaking module on time. Otherwise, speaking module, you don't need any other strategies to reduce the time, just click the next button. In each and every module of speaking, meaning read aloud, once done, click next for all the questions. Repeat sentence, once done, click next immediately. Once you click next, it will again ask you a prompt with a question. Are you sure you want to go to next question? Click yes and go to next question. Describe image, all the modules, click next immediately. 25 seconds, let's say you took, click next, once done. Retell lecture, click next, once done. Answer short question, click next, once done. You will have a lot of time left towards the end for your speaking section still. The next is time management for your writing section, because writing section is already timed. Whatever you do, you have to do it within the stipulated time of 10 minutes for summarized written text and 20 minutes for your essay writing. So you don't need any strategy here, but again, within 20 minutes or within 12 minutes, if you ask me how to effectively use the time for summarized written text, you don't need much of the strategy. If you follow the strategy that I told you, within 2-3 minutes, you will finish it off. Essay writing, trust me, the moment you see the question, start writing the template, hardly 5-6 minutes. Post that, fill the words, 10-12 minutes. Now, if you properly follow it and have enough practice, 10-12 minutes is actually enough to finish the essay writing, and remaining 8 minutes, meaning 20 minus 12 is 8. You're going to keep it for proofreading. But let's say you're a slow typer, need more time to think of ideas. Probably 15-16 minutes you end up finishing the essay writing. Now the remaining 4-5 minutes you have to rigorously check for spell errors. That's how you manage the time effectively and efficiently towards your essay writing. The next is the reading section, one of the important section. I already explained the time management before. Here as well, 2.5 to 3 minutes is what you gave for each of your reading fill in the blanks and reading writing fill in the blanks. Reorder not even a second more than 1.5 minutes. Skip choose single answer and choose multiple answer. Do this 100%. You will have at least 10-15 seconds left when you come to the last section of the reading module, that is choose single answer. The last is listening module. Do we need time management strategy here? Yes, like I already hinted before. Summarize spoken text do not need any time management strategy because it's 10 minutes, more than enough stipulated time. Post that. Whatever the modules that I told you to skip, choose single answer, choose multiple answer, select missing word, highlight, correct, summary. All these you got to skip, meaning you got to click one answer immediately once the next button is activated. This way, you're going to save a lot of time. You don't do this, trust me, last module right from dictation. By the time you enter the first question, time is over. Be very careful once you reach right from dictation. Just have a look at the timer. 4 minutes minimum should be left. If 2 minutes is left, trust me, one question is not possible to do it. One question costs you minimum 15 marks. It could be just 10 marks or 6 marks. It doesn't work that way. You miss one question of right from dictation. Trust me, 15 marks to listening and 15 marks to writing is gone case. The way software works is different. It thinks it was such an easy question, you couldn't even attempt it. So the marks will further go down. It works differently, trust me on this. You cannot skip any questions, especially in right from dictation. For this, apply this time management strategies. Next, we talk about the mistakes to avoid in your PTE exam. The first mistake is, next day is my exam. So what should I do? Whole night I will study, sleeping at 3 a.m. midnight. Then 6 a.m. getting up, 8 a.m. is the exam. What will you do in the exam? You will come and disturb others, is it? Don't do all these things. See, book exam only once you become ready. If you already booked the exam, it only means that you're already ready for the exam with everything that you need to. Don't do this last minute complete preparation. Last minute, just watch this video, that's it. Become that positive person who can, do things in style. If you are studying till late night, your energy is all gone, you don't have enough sleep, you will not be able to perform at best in the exam. At least 8 hours of minimum sleep is what I recommend if you have exam the next day. The previous night, 8 hours of sleep is what I recommend. The next mistake is reaching the examination hall on time. On time, in time. In time is within the time, on time is on that time. If 9 o'clock is what your exam schedule says, don't go at 9, go at 8:20, 8:15, for 30-40 minutes minimum you need to go there. Relax. Just get used to the environment there. Drink some water, talk to people. Familiarize yourself with the environment. It's very, very important. At least I used to follow this. Minimum 45 minutes I used to go there. Trust me on this. So you got to follow this, is very, very important. The next mistake to avoid is writing down the templates as soon as you enter the examination hall. The exam timer has not even started. Before that, if you write something on the booklet that is given to you using a marker, it will be confiscated and thrown into dustbin, and probably they'll note it down, they will do a lot of hangama. That will definitely mess up your confidence and lot many things. Avoid writing before the exam starts. After the exam starts, nobody will ask. You can do whatever you want, but before the exam starts, you cannot write down the template. Remember this. The next mistake to avoid is during your Retell lecture, that's where you use your pen for the first time. The marker, so-called marker, where the ink will be there inside it. Now you write down the notes. Post writing down the notes, the cap is not closed. Cap is open because you're busy speaking the Retell lecture. And if you don't keep the cap closed even after you finish your Retell lecture and just keep it open, the ink will dry up. Hardly 5 minutes or 8 to 10 minutes is enough for the ink to dry up. So as soon as you finish writing down the Retell lecture, yes, you speak the Retell lecture, post that you immediately put the cap on. If you keep the cap off, trust me, summarized spoken text is where you next use your pen, the marker and the booklet, and when you try to do that, the pen is not working. You raise your hand, invigilator will come probably after 1 minute. By the time the audio is over, you have to swipe your card and give the exam again. Remember this important mistake to avoid. The last mistake to avoid is in your last write from dictation. You got to click the submit button, the last write from dictation. What we tend to think, anyway, the timer, 1 minute, now it is 50 seconds, now it is 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, let it just pass, automatically it will be saved. Essay will be saved, man. Because essay has a timer, it's a time-bound module. Summarized written text is a time-bound module. Summarized spoken text is a time-bound module. Write from dictation is not time-bound module. Then why it will save? Because you have some connection with the Pearson CEO? Of course not. So this is a mixed thing. See, whatever I know, I'll tell you very frankly here. Some people have not clicked the submit button and have shown me 90 overall. But some people who have not clicked the submit button for the last write from dictation have got 72 listening, 72 writing, rest in 90. Most of them have got lesser score. So with this, I'm telling you, it is risking it. Click the submit button and finish the test before the timer expires, at least 2-3 seconds or 5 seconds before the timer expires. Do that for your own good. The next we talk about the things to carry for your examination hall. Carry only your passport and the appointment schedule. Nothing else apart from this. Whatever extra you carry, you are forced to keep them in a locker. All this will simply create unnecessary drama. Don't wear the watch and all and then keep it back, and then after exam you forget the watch, again you call them. You've seen so many instances, I'm telling you. Just your passport and appointment schedule, not a pen, a paper. Some are carrying the headset thinking in the examination hall they will not give the headsets as such. Nothing like that, only passport and appointment schedule. Nothing more than that is required. Next, we talk about how to beat the nervousness. The moment I enter the examination hall, read aloud starts, my legs start shaking. I'm shivering, I'm not sure why. So why is this? How to beat it? Very simple. All this happened because of the pressure that's mounting within you. So what are the external factors that has caused this pressure? Your spouse, could be your family members. They would have told you multiple times. Already 3 times you have wasted the money. This is the 4th time. Again you will waste, is it? That is enough. So don't inform anybody that you're going to give exam. If there is a chance to do that, please do it. All this will unnecessarily create a lot of pressure within you. And with that pressure, when you go inside the examination hall, the mind will not be able to handle it. Trust me on this. So don't inform your family members that you're going to give exam. Get that 90 and surprise them with a 90 overall. The second factor why that nervousness just appears all of a sudden is you're too much worried about the result. See, everything is result oriented, definitely yes. Doesn't mean that you solely focus on the result. You focus only on the result, you will not be able to give your best. Focus on giving your best. Hope you are getting it right. Remember this beautiful line. If not this time, there is always a next time. If you just remember it, all the nervousness will just vanish. Most importantly, you gotta invoke this technique called smile therapy. Just smile at regular intervals. All this will definitely help you. And most importantly, you can also apply this deep breathing technique. Deep breathing is known to calm your nerves and make you more composed. So first thing is don't inform your family members. Surprise them with a 90. Second thing is don't worry about the results. If not this time, there's always a next time. Third is smile therapy. And the fourth is take deep breaths when needed. Now we're going to talk about how to write the templates secretly. So all these are top secret techniques. You should promise me that you're not going to tell anybody. Alright, jokes apart. So there is no need to write down the templates if you're well prepared. Every day if you just memorize the template properly, on that exam day, there is no need to write down the templates. But let's say a situation arises wherein you did not get enough time to practice the templates. And now in the examination, you're worried, definitely you know you're going to fumble because you got to remember the templates and lot many stuff. So there are multiple ways to write down the templates. The first is during read aloud, preparation time. I never recommend this. I'm again telling you, if you're exceptional in read aloud, I don't have any problem. My reading is fantastic. then yes, 30-second window of time you don't need to read. Probably some 10 seconds, you just browse through the read aloud question and you're confident of it, and the remaining 20 seconds, because 30 seconds is what is given to you in read aloud for your preparation. The remaining 20 seconds you can start writing describe image template. Of course, one read aloud may not be enough to write down the 5 lines of the template, but you have 6-7 read alouds or 5-6 read alouds, so you have ample amount of time to write down the template. This, I'm telling you again, I'll not recommend this for everybody, but if you are someone who with a very good reading skill, read aloud, I don't have any problem. I can just read it fluently even when I'm not prepared. Can write down the template of describe image during the preparation time of read aloud. The second way wherein you can write down the template is summarize written text. Summarize written text is for 10 minutes. You don't need, of course, 10 minutes to finish it. 2-3 minutes or 5 minutes max will finish it. The remaining time, what will you do? You write down the template of the essay, let's say, in 5 minutes, whatever you can, and then you should select it and cut it. I'm telling you, don't just click next button with the template. Select it and cut. Cut means it will be stored in a cache. Click the next button. Now you go to essay. The first thing that you should do when you go to essay is paste it. See if it works. Let me know in the comment section. I really hope it should work. It has worked for many. Comment down in the comment section if this is working. I would really love to know if this works. I think it should work. So this way you can write down the essay template as well. The next is how to ensure the mic works perfectly. I've got low score. I think mic was the problem. This has been in the news for a very long time. Usually 90% of the times or 95% of the times, mic will not pose any problems because it would be all fitted properly. But there are 5-10% chances wherein your mic is not working properly because it is aged. It is old. The mic has already come to its life. When such is the scenario, so how do we ensure the mic works, or should we change the seat, change the mic? Very simple. In the beginning, they're going to give you some buffer time to test the mic. Click on the record, you speak, and whatever you speak, listen back. If there is this kind of sound, you're going to raise your hand and ask the invigilator and tell them in your firm voice. Don't doubt yourself and say something like, I think there is a problem. No, there is a problem. I want you to shift me to the next seat. She will do it or he will do it. If you give the benefit of doubt saying, I think there seems to be a problem, can you check if it is fine or not? Then 100% that person will say it is perfectly fine. Because shifting to your new seat, recording the number and lot many things is a headache for them. So they'll try not to do it. I'm telling you, if there is this small sound is okay. If there is, like dominant sound or your voice has a cracking sound, then you got to inform the invigilator and with a firm voice, without giving any benefit of doubt, that you want to be shifted to another seat. And another seat also you check your mic. This works the best. Next we're going to talk about the memorization technique. I have 1 day to go. The next day is my exam. I have not memorized any template. What should I do? Is there a way still to memorize all the templates and deliver it precisely in the exam without having a worry about forgetting it? If you ask me, definitely yes, 100%. So let's introduce this new technique called rote learning, meaning by repetition. You try to memorize, you forget. Say national anthem of your country. Did you ever memorize? No, I never memorized. What I did, rote learning, repetition. Every day in the school assembly at 8 a.m. Indian time or 9 a.m. Indian time, I was speaking it once right from my first standard or LKG. Well, you don't have a lot of time, so what you're going to do, at least 10 times you're going to speak. If possible, write as well if you get time. So this is the schedule, 6 a.m. if you're waking it up, 6 a.m. to 6:15 a.m. 15 minutes, 4 templates. First template is describe image, second is Retell lecture, third is essay, fourth is summarize spoken text. Speak the template 3 to 4 times. 15 minutes is a great window of time to speak all these templates 3 to 4 times or maybe more than that. So once that is done, now repetition comes probably at 9 a.m. after an interval of 3 hours because your mind should digest the information that you already gave. 9 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. 15 minutes again speak the template for 3-4 times or 15 minutes, whatever the number of times you can repeat, do it. And then repeat this 10 times, write a routine, 10 times, 3 to 4 times, almost 40 times you would have spoken. Hey, trust me, my next day it will automatically come in your mouth and you will never forget. But 10 times means 10 times you got to do it. Every time 3 to 4 times you're going to recite the templates. Just repeat it. This works. But without doing this, if you try to memorize by just doing some other techniques, trust me, you will always have the fear, what if I forget? This definitely will be here probably forever. For me, I've never memorized any template. I just speak once every day, describe image template in my class, speaking class whenever I take. Even today, the given image represents a beautiful image. There must have been a popular debate. You ask me in the midnight, you call me, probably I may not pick the call, but if I pick the call and if you ask me, speak the template, I'll speak that. So every day once. So if you've got one day, do it 10 times, 3 to 4 times each time, 40 times over. Trust me, this will work, and let me know in the comment section if this is working for you or not. The next, I'm going to show the templates for all the modules. Note that all the templates are in the description of this video as well, but here as well I'm gonna just show it to you so that you would know how to use them. So this is the describe image. The given image represents beautiful image. There must have been a popular debate about the information given in the image, whether it's true or false. However, the information given for speak 1 and 2, any 2 keywords just fluently and continue appears to be true. From the image, it is clear the topic given is not very common, and hence it needs a lot of research to calculate the maximum and the minimum for keyword 3 and keyword 4. Any 2 keywords, any color, whatever you want to put it. In conclusion, the given image includes a lot of complicated data and analysis with all the sufficient data, and make sure to speak the same template for all the images irrespective of what you see. After this is Retell lecture. The lecture gives the important key points and relevant information about. Now you're going to speak a phrase. In the beginning, the speaker explained about read the second phrase and the third phrase if you've written more. Later, speaker mentioned about the importance of 1 or 2 phrases. Here the speaker was ideally pointing at the fact that 1 or 2 phrases. In conclusion, the speaker gives the important key points about 1 or 2 phrases, or repeat the first phrase. It all depends on how many phrases you have written. If you have written 5 phrases, it will properly fit. If you have written 2 phrases, then repeat the lines of the template with the same phrase. If you have written 10 phrases, then each line you include 2 phrases. It just depends on your potential to write the phrases, as many phrases as you can. The next is summarize spoken text. The talk was about write a phrase or 2 phrase. Firstly, it was clear that write a phrase or 2 phrase. Later, we learned that write a phrase or 2 phrase. Furthermore, it represented the fact that write a phrase or 2 phrase. In the end, lecture highlighted that. I may have given different templates in the different videos. Any template is fine. Everything is tested. All this will give you 5-6 marks each to listening and writing, provided you don't mess it up with the spelling and the grammar, and ensure you use a mixture of simple, compound and complex sentences. The next is essay template. This is a 165 word essay template. I may have given different templates, like although such topics in all likelihood never will yield a consensual agreement. If that also works, this also works. All this will demand you write 5 sentences on your own. So whatever I'm showing, this is the template. All the templates are in the description of this video as well. You can download them, or if you're already following another template, definitely fine, you can use them. But for essay, write 5 sentences on your own with no grammatical error and spelling error. For summarize spoken text, avoid using keywords, write phrases with no spelling error and grammar error. Retell lecture, avoid using keywords, write phrases, and ensure little lengthy templates which helps you get the flow. Describe image, anything is fine, but if you're using such templates which have some 10 keywords to give, please, I'm folding both my hands, avoid it because it is unnecessary. 1 or 2 keywords or 3-4 keywords, or remove keywords. Well, there are top secret things. Let's leave it for now, but this is what the templates that I was talking about. Now the last part of this video, bonus tips. Let's talk about some important tips that are very crucial to get that 90 in the very next attempt. Tomorrow is my exam. I'm gonna try a lot of new things today. Please avoid it. See, this can only take few things. At the end of the day, if this is happy, you will be happily doing confidently in the exam. If this gets 1 seat of negativity, oh, I think I cannot do it. You try some new thing, let's say new questions, new template you're trying to memorize, new grammar you're trying to learn. This will not be able to take it. As a result, what it projects out is all negative things. So don't try out something new a night before the exam. Do it much earlier if possible. The next bonus tip is don't take mock tests. Of course, I don't recommend taking from third-party applications. If you're taking from Pearson, tomorrow is your exam. You take it today, what is the use? Anyway, tomorrow you're going to see the result again. Within a day, you cannot change much. At least 1 week before or 2 weeks before, 1 month before you take official mock, you will have buffer window of time to work on your mistakes. Tomorrow is my exam. A night before I'm going to take, there is no use. And if you take it, you see 63 overall and you need 79 overall. Just think of your mindset for tomorrow. This will not be at its best because it already knows its results. Well, if you don't take the official mock, you may end up getting a similar score, but this works the best. There are high chances that you can go a little further, but when you already see official mock 63 overall, the confidence level completely goes down. Don't try these things the night before the exam. The third bonus step is do your speaking perfectly. Well, of course, every module you do it perfectly, but with extra diligent care. You do speaking because speaking is the main guy. Contributes 90 marks to speaking, 35 marks to reading, 41 or 42 or sometimes 40 marks towards your listening. This is the guy if you want to work on your speaking, reading and listening. Remember this. The last bonus tip in today's video is with respect to proofreading for spelling and grammar in your essay and summarized spoken text. Proofreading makes a huge impact on your scores. When you type 100%, there will be a lot of spelling mistakes. When you read it back, will you understand how many spelling mistakes you made? Because one spelling mistake costs you 2 marks. You make 10 spelling mistakes in essay or 5 spelling mistakes in summarized spoken text. Both gonna give you 0 marks towards your writing and summarized spoken text to writing and listening both. Spelling makes a huge difference. So every day when you practice, proofread and don't type something in MS Word or anything else of that sort, because these apps automatically correct your spellings. You will not even know that you have spelling issues, but in the main exam, nobody will come to save you. You got to proofread and proofread. I think that's all for today. Really hope I have done my part, putting that great effort, producing a lovely, informative content for you all. Now, you gotta do the same thing for us, just a small favor. If you like the video, like and subscribe and share it with your friends and leave your valuable comments in the comments section. This would definitely make our day. Fine guys, with this, I'll park the video here. This is Nakul, Nakul, Nakul signing off from SKILLS PTE Academic. Soon we'll be back. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Thanks much.